With over 1,500 pickaxes in Fortnite, it can be really hard to find the best ones in the game, and it can be even more difficult to find the best one-handed pickaxes as well. But in this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you the 20 sweatiest one-handed Fortnite pickaxes. These are going to be some of the best items that you guys have never heard of before, and just some of the best looking pickaxes as well. So make sure you guys watch all the way through and let me know which one-handed pickaxe is your favorite in the comments down below. And make sure to go down and hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. But let's just get straight into it, guys, and we're starting off with the Mercenary Razor sword. Now, this is actually one of the newest pickaxes in the game. It was added at the start of Chapter 5, and I actually really like the way this pickaxe looks. It doesn't really look like a lot of one-handed pickaxes. Usually they can be quite small and simplistic, but I feel like this one actually has quite a bit of detail to it, and it does just look really, really clean. It is going to fit in with a bunch of your favorite skins, which is what I feel like a lot of people want from pickaxes as well. And obviously, because it is a little bit more detailed, it is going to make you guys stand out a little bit more, which again is just dependent on how you want to use pickaxes. Personally though, this is one of my favorite one-handed pickaxes on this list. It might not be as try-hard as some of the other pickaxes we're going to be talking about very, very soon, but I still think this is worth using in Fortnite today. Let's move on to a pickaxe I'm sure you guys didn't even know existed, and this is the Fusion Cutter. The Fusion Cutter is a Star Wars pickaxe, and this is definitely one of the most underrated one-handed pickaxes on this list. It is actually one of the worst rated Star Wars pickaxes of all time, but I actually really like the way this looks. I think the design of it is really unique. Even though it is a little bit odd that it is a Star Wars pickaxe, I feel like it is still really worth using, and especially since no one else has ever really used this before, it is only going to make you guys stand out even more. I think that is one of the coolest things about it, and if you are a fan of Star Wars, then chances are you have already got this and you will be using it quite a bit. I feel like what makes this a really unusual Star Wars pickaxe though is that a lot of people really want Star Wars to add lightsabers to Fortnite instead of them just adding in all of these random pickaxes. So I feel like if they eventually do add lightsabers to the game, then they will eventually become the best Star Wars pickaxes, but for right now we only have items like the Fusion Cutter that we just have to mention on this list. Moving on though, guys, we have another collab pickaxe, and this is Spidermans Mallet. This is one of the more unique pickaxes on this list as well. I mean, the two that we've already talked about can be quite tryhard in Fortnite, but I feel like they aren't anywhere near as tryhard as some of the other items we're going to be talking about very, very soon. But Spidermans Mallet probably is a little bit more of a meme pickaxe. It has a really small design, it is actually really detailed as well, and it does have that anime theme to it, which is known as cell shading, and I think that is a really cool touch. It probably won't work with every single skin in your locker though, which might just be the downside to this, but I still love the way it looks, and I feel like there could be a lot of opportunities for you guys to start using this in Chapter 5. We need to move on there, guys, to another really big meme pickaxe, and this is the giant Nutcracker. This might be even more of a meme pickaxe than Spidermans Mallet. It is a little bit bigger than this pickaxe though. It is quite big and bulky, and it was added to the game with the Futurama collab. The Futurama collab is actually really insane. We have a lot of really cool items in this, and honestly, I feel like it does really get overlooked in Fortnite right now. This is by far one of the coolest pickaxes in the game though. Again, it does have that cell shading feature to it, so it might not be everyone's favorite pickaxe, but for right now I feel like it is something that you guys absolutely have to use. It just looks so good. I think it is by far one of my favorite pickaxes in the game right now, and ever since I started using it when the Futurama items got added to the game, it has probably become one of my most used pickaxes over the last few seasons, just because of how cool this looks. If you don't want to use a one-handed pickaxe that is also quite big and bulky though, there are some other really good small pickaxes that you can use, like the Stun Knife. This is actually just introduced to the game as well. The Stun Knife is part of the Battle Pass, and this is designed for the Solid Snake skin, which was just unlocked. You guys can get this for 950 V-Bucks, obviously because it is part of the Battle Pass, but I still think it is definitely one of the best ones to use in the game today, and if you don't already own it, then you can still unlock it, because we still have a few more weeks of Chapter 5 Season 1. What is actually crazy though is that this is already one of the most loved pickaxes in the game as well. We never really see Battle Pass pickaxes becoming that popular or tryhard, but the Stun Knife is one of the most loved pickaxes in the game right now, which is really insane, and hopefully this momentum can continue into Chapter 5 Season 2. Usually though, a lot of Battle Pass items do drop off once that season ends, so it's going to be interesting to see how popular this becomes, especially in the future. But for right now, guys, let's move on to the number 15 position, position, and we have the Runeman Arm. This is another anime-themed pickaxe, and it was added to the game in Chapter 4, Season 5, or Season OG, with the Invincible collab. This was a really cool collab. I'm a huge fan of the Invincible TV show, so naturally I think this pickaxe is incredible. The Invincible collab in itself though was really clean. The skins look so good, and the only real downside to this collab was that we didn't really get pickaxes designed for the skins that were in this. We got pickaxes that were inspired by the TV show, but we didn't necessarily get a pickaxe specifically designed for Omni-Man or one that was specifically designed for Invincible. That is honestly the only downside to this collab, but I still think it is really clean. I love the way these items look, and I have actually been using the Runeman Arm quite a bit. I feel like we've mentioned a lot of collab pickaxes on this list so far though, so let's just move on to a normal Fortnite pickaxe, guys, and this is the Champion Balisong. The Champion Balisong is by far one of my favorite single-handed pickaxes in the game. What is really unique about this as well is that this is only going to get more and more rare in the future. The Champion Balisong is an FNCS pickaxe. It was added to the game in Chapter 3 as well, so it is actually one of the oldest FNCS items that we do have in the game. We don't really see that many people using it today either. I just feel like a lot of people forget they even own this, or just forget that it is even in the game. But if you guys have been playing Fortnite for a while and do collect all of the FNCS items, then chances are you might actually own this. Obviously, because of the unique color style of this, where it is mostly purple, it probably won't fit in with every single skin in your locker, but if you are using skins like the Dark Wildcard or even the superhero skins, then I feel like this is a really good choice. That takes us to the number 13 position, guys, and we have Hawkmans Mace. Hawkmans Mace is a really underrated pickaxe in Fortnite today. It was added to the game a few seasons ago with the Black Adam collab, which was a DC crossover, and this is definitely one of my favorite pickaxes on this list as well. I feel like there are a bunch of these collab pickaxes that no one ever really uses or talks about in Fortnite, and those tend to be the one-handed pickaxes or the dual-wielded pickaxes, but I really like the way the Hawkman's Mace looks. Similar to the Champion Balisong, I don't feel like it'll fit in with every single skin in your locker. You might honestly have to be a little bit more particular in what skins you end up using this with, but for right now, it is by far one of the coolest pickaxes on this list. It is a pickaxe I've been using a bunch over the last few weeks as well, and if you guys do own it, then I am sure you are going to absolutely love it. It probably just won't feature in the store that often, which is the downside to this, but it does feature in the store more often than something like the Gladiator of Pickaxes. This is a 500 V-Buck pickaxe in Fortnite, so it is one of the cheapest ones on this list, and even though it is a one-handed pickaxe, I feel like this can also be used as a meme pickaxe as well, and that is pretty much because the skin that this came with was a huge meme skin. I mean, this was the Gladiator of Pickaxes pickaxe. It came to the game with the Gladiator Peely skin, which is just so funny. I feel like Fortnite has done some really amazing reskins of Peely, and the Gladiator Peely is no exception. This pickaxe is really clean though. It has been one of the oldest single-handed pickaxes in the game though, so I feel like it has started to drop off a little bit, but it is still really underrated right now, so if you do want to start using it, now is going to be the perfect time. There is another really good underrated pickaxe, and this is Womans Mace. This actually came to the game around the same time as we got the Invincible collab, because it was part of the Invincible collab. This is a really clean pickaxe. I feel like it is quite underrated today though, because we didn't actually get a War Woman skin. We obviously had Invincible, Omni-Man, and of course Adam Eve added to the game, but we didn't really get pickaxes designed for those specific skins, which was a really weird choice. We have actually seen pros like Clicks and a few other streamers as well using this pickaxe, so I feel like the popularity is only going to increase in the future. But again, if you do want to start using this before anyone else is really using it, then I highly recommend it. With Season 2 Part 2 of Invincible coming out in only a few weeks time as well, I feel like these items will return to the store, and hopefully we will see even more items as part of this collab also being added back to the game. Let's move forward though to the number 10 position, guys, and we have the Stun Rod. The Stun Rod is one of the oldest one-handed pickaxes in Fortnite, as it was first added back during Chapter 2 Season 5. This is the season that I refer to as the collab season in Fortnite, because we had a Marvel season in Chapter 2 Season 4, and then in Chapter 2 Season 5, it seemed like Fortnite just added every single collab item they could to the game. game. We got so many different items. I feel like we had a bunch of brand new collabs that no one ever expected to be added to the game come to the game in Chapter 2 Season 5, and it just introduced a bunch of items we never expected, like the stun rod. I think this is really clean though. I love the design of this pickaxe. It looks so different to every other single-handed pickaxe in the game as well, and it is definitely going to make you guys look so much more try-hard in every single game mode. We don't really see that many people using it today just because I feel like it is such an underrated item, and because it isn't part of a collab that everyone was expecting or anticipating, and that has really held it back. There are a lot of pickaxes like this though, and the hot dogger is pretty much the exact same. I mean, it was added to the game in Chapter 2 Season 5 as well. It was from a crossover that no one ever expected to come to the game, but the fact that this is one of the best looking pickaxes in Fortnite right now, I just had to include it on the list. What is really unique about the hot dogger as well is that it is actually one of the smallest pickaxes on this list. A lot of single-handed pickaxes either become really small and simplistic, or they are big and bulky, and I feel like the hot dogger is a perfect mashup of both of them. It has a really detailed design to it. It actually has a glowing effect as well, and is sort of reactive, which is really clean, but it is still really small and simplistic, which just makes it even better. It obviously isn't as small as something like the Slaughtered Demon though, which might honestly be the smallest pickaxe on this list. We do have a lot of anime pickaxes that get added to the game with the collabs that end up being single-handed pickaxes, and the Slaughtered Demon is a perfect example of that. It is by far one of the smallest pickaxes in the game. It actually came to the game with the Jujutsu Kaisen collab as well, and I think this was one of the more popular anime pickaxes we have seen. I don't know how popular this is in the game right now though. It was quite popular when it first got added, but similar to a lot of collab skins, the collab pickaxes also don't really stay that popular for that long. This is also true for our next pickaxe, and this is Megumi's Sword. We actually saw this coming to the game with the Megumi skin, which I'm sure all of you guys know, and we got this with the Jujutsu Kaisen collab as well. I think Megumi's Sword is really clean though. It is a little bit bigger than some of the other one-handed pickaxes we have already talked about. It does still have that anime effect to it where it is cell shaded, so I feel like it can be quite clean and try hard in Fortnite right now, but we just don't see enough people using it. It's probably going to work in perfectly with anime skins. We don't really see too many people using anime themed pickaxes with default Fortnite skins, so I feel like if you are going to be using either the Slaughtered Demon or Megumi Sword, then it is going to be better to actually use this with an anime or a cell shaded skin. Let's move on though guys to the number 6 position, and we have the Cybertronian Axe. This is one of the cleanest looking pickaxes on this list, but I feel like it cops a lot of hate because it's part of a Transformers collab. We actually got Optimus Prime added to a battle pass in Chapter 4. No one expected this skin to come to the game. It seemed like it had been teased and leaked pretty much since Chapter 1 of Fortnite, but when it finally got added, I feel like a lot of people slept on how good this skin actually was and how good this pickaxe is as well. I really like the design of it. It is a one-handed pickaxe. It probably won't become tryhard in Fortnite, but I just feel like the design of this was really clean, and we just had to mention it on this list. Because it was part of a battle pass though, I feel like we won't see too many people using it in the future. If it was just a regular item shop pickaxe, then a lot more people would actually be using this, but obviously since it was from a battle pass a few seasons ago, a lot of people probably don't want to use these items anymore, and that's why the Cybertronian Axe is probably one of the most underrated pickaxes on this list. One pickaxe that was actually added to the item shop though is Donnys Bow Staff. This is by far one of the more tryhard one-handed pickaxes that we do see in the game right now. I feel like a lot of people have actually been using this, and we have also seen some pros and streamers using it as well, which really only increases how popular this actually is. It does have a really clean design. It reminds me a little bit of LeBeau's bow, which is by far one of the more tryhard pickaxes we do have in the game, especially from a collab item. So Donnys Bow Staff could definitely become one of the more tryhard one-handed pickaxes in the future if it just keeps its popularity that it has right now. Obviously, the Ninja Turtles items don't reappear in the store that often. They've only featured in the store a few times this season, and that is pretty much because these items were brand brand new, so I feel like in the future they're going to be featuring a lot less, so it will be interesting to see how popular this actually stays. There was a pickaxe in this collab that was even better though, and that is Mikeys Nunchucks. This is a much smaller pickaxe. It is also one of the coolest and most unique pickaxes we have ever seen. I mean, it has a custom animation like we have never seen before. All of the one-handed pickaxes do have a custom animation, but Mikeys Nunchucks took this to a whole nother level. There is a unique animation specifically designed for this pickaxe that no other pickaxe actually has in Fortnite. I feel like that is so insane. It only adds to how cool this actually is, and I feel like that is one of the main reasons why this is featuring so high up on this list. If it just had a regular animation like all of the other pickaxes on this list, then it probably wouldn't be as good as it is right now. And again, similar to Donnys Bow Staff, I feel like this could drop off a lot in the future, but for right now it is one of the best pickaxes in the game, and I cannot wait to see how tryhard and popular this becomes in the future. There is a one-handed pickaxe in Fortnite though that I feel like could become one of the best pickaxes in the game, and this is the Slasher. The Slasher is the pickaxe designed for the Michael Myers skin, which is arguably the most popular Halloween skin we have ever seen being added to Fortnite, especially from a collab skin point of view. I feel like the Slasher is such an amazing pickaxe. You can pick this up for only 500 V-Bucks, and it is basically a better version of the combat knives that we do actually have. It is more simplistic. I'm really surprised Fortnite though added pretty much a knife to the game. Obviously, Michael Myers does use this in the movie, so it makes sense that it was part of this collab, but I'm still surprised that this got added to Fortnite. I feel like what the benefit of this is that it is so simplistic. It is going to work with every single skin in your locker. Even if you're using something like the giant chicken, this is still going to make it look really good. Maybe not try hard, but still really clean. But obviously you do want to use this with some of the more try hard skins in the game, like Siren, the superhero skins, or even Midas. I guess our next pickaxe is the exact same, and this is Leon's combat knife. Even though I feel like the Slasher is a better version of this pickaxe, I feel like Leon's combat knife has just been a little bit more popular in Fortnite and for a little bit longer. This was basically a reskin of the combat knife that we got a few seasons ago, and Fortnite just made it even better. They also made it cheaper as well, which is definitely the main reason why this has been so popular. You can pick it up for only 500 V-Bucks, which is so clean, and that is the best part about it. It doesn't really feature in the store that often though, because it is a collab item, but hopefully by mentioning it in this video, we can see more and more people using it over the next few weeks, and of course into Chapter 5 Season 2 as well. But unfortunately, I don't think any pickaxe is ever going to become as good as our number one item, and this is the Leviathan axe. Yes guys, I'm sure a lot of you saw this coming. It is by far one of the best items and pickaxes we are ever going to see. The fact that this is a one-handed pickaxe just makes it even better. I feel like that is so insane, and I cannot wait to see more and more people using this, only if it does get added back to the store though. This is only featured in the item shop once, and that was back during Chapter 2 Season 5. You can pick it up for 1,000 V-Bucks, so it is a little bit more expensive than some of the other items on this list, but that just adds to how good this actually is. It is quite rare in Fortnite today though. I feel like this is one pickaxe everyone wishes they could have in Fortnite, and even though they have added some pickaxes that look very similar to this, I feel like nothing is ever going to compare to the original Leviathan axe. But there you guys go, that is my entire list for the 20 sweatiest one-handed pickaxes in Fortnite. Make sure to let me know which one is your favorite in the comments down below, and of course hit the video on your screen now as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.